27th March 2022, Madhuban, Avyakt BapDada, Om Shanti, revides 7th of March 1990. The Murli's title is The Attainment of Self-Sovereignty with Ruling and Controlling Power. Today, BapDada, who has love for the children, was especially checking two aspects in every child. The practical form of love is to make the children complete and perfect. Today, Baba would sing how much ruling power and controlling power there is in each one. The physical organs of a body are made to function by the soul controlling them, so that he can use them whenever he chooses, however he chooses and wherever it chooses. That is controlling power. Just as your hands and feet are physical powers, in the same way the mind, intellect and sanskars are your subtle powers. Have you developed the power to control your subtle powers? That is, do you have the controlling power and ruling power to use your mind, intellect and sanskars whenever you choose, wherever you choose, however you choose, and for however long you choose? This is because in this Brahman life, you became master, almighty authorities. The attainment of this time continues for the whole cycle, in the form of a ruler and then in the form of a worshipper. To whatever extent you claim the kingdom of the world for half a cycle, that is, however powerful your status of a ruler and however worthy of worship you became, to that extent you became an elevated worshipper on the path of devotion. In devotion too, an elevated soul has controlling power over the mind, intellect and sanskars. The devotees too became powerful number-wise, that is, whichever special deity they choose to worship for as long as they want and according to the method of their devotion, they attain the fruit of that devotion in the form of contentment, stability, power and happiness. However, this Brahman birth is the basis of ruling status and the power of devotion. So, this one short birth of the confluence age is the basis for all the births of the whole cycle. Just as you became special in ruling the kingdom, in the same way you became special devotees, not ordinary. The devotees of the rosary of devotees are separate, but the devotional attainment of you souls who became worthy of worship yourselves as well as becoming worshippers is special. So today BapDada would sing this birth of the children, which is the main basis. From the beginning until now, what constancy and to what percentage have there been ruling power and controlling power in Brahman life? But in this, you first of all have to check the result of your subtle powers. What is visible in your result? Controlling power over these three special powers, the mind, intellect and sanskars, is known as self-sovereignty. It is with these subtle powers that you can make your physical organs work with discipline according to the system. What result did Baba see? The result seen was that all of you are according to your capacity in these three aspects in being able to use them whenever, wherever and however you choose. There isn't full power, but power is according to your capacity. The double foreigners use the word something, means to some extent, a lot in their language. Would this be called being an almighty authority? You are mighty, but are you all means mighty? In fact, this is called the foundation of Brahman life. To whatever extent someone has authority over himself, that is, if a soul knows the way to make himself and all others move, he claims a number ahead. But if a soul is according to his capacity, the number automatically goes behind in this foundation. Someone who knows how to conduct himself properly and move along easily is also able to make others move along. This is what you call having handling power. There shouldn't be handling power simply to handle others. Someone who is able to handle the subtle powers of himself is also able to handle others. Controlling power and ruling power with regard to oneself becomes accurate handling power with regard to others. Whether you handle non-Jnani souls by doing service or whether you interact with the Brahmin family with love and contentment, you will be successful in both, because some children experience it to be very easy to know the Father, to belong to the Father, and to fulfill the responsibility of love to the Father. They experience this to be very easy. However, they have to be able to get along with all Brahmin souls, but they say something means to some extent. For that, what is the reason for that? Why is it easy to fulfill the responsibility to the Father? It is because there is unbreakable love in the heart. It is easy to fulfill one's responsibility out of love. When you have love for someone, you love the signal of teachings given by that one, and your heart always experiences that whatever has been said is for your benefit, because there are elevated feelings of love in the heart for that one, just as there are elevated feelings of love in your heart for that one. In the same way, the return of your good wishes is received from others. When you create a sound in a dome, it echoes and comes back to you. You may have unbreakable, constant, stable love and elevated feelings and faith in the Father, but even though Brahmin souls are number-wise, is there constant and unbreakable soul conscious love for them in the same way? You do have love, but when you see the various activities and the various sanskars, there is an unbreakable and constant love. If a soul's activity, that is his behavior and sanskars for himself and others, are not as you like, your percentage of love is reduced. However, when there is soul conscious love for souls, with the feelings of those souls being elevated souls, there isn't a percentage. Whatever their sanskars and activity are like, Brahmin souls have an unbreakable relationship throughout the cycle. This is the godly family. The Father has especially selected every soul and brought that soul into the godly family. You did not come by yourselves. The Father brought you. So by keeping the Father in front of you, you have unbreakable soul conscious love for every soul. It is when you do not like something about a soul that there is a difference in your love. At that time, keep this awareness in your intellect. The Father had selected that soul, so there must definitely be some speciality, for that is why He selected that one. From the beginning, BapDada has been telling you children, if for instance, out of the 16 virtues, someone doesn't have 35 virtues but has only one special virtue, that is why the Father chose him. Did he see that one's 35 defects or the one virtue? What did he look at? The greatest virtue and speciality is of having an intellect that recognizes the Father, the courage to belong to Him, and knowing the way to love Him. This was not known by the founders of the religions throughout the cycle. The rulers did not know this. The wealthy ones did not know this, but the soul has this speciality. The Father is asking all of you, when you came to the Father, did you come full of virtues? Did the Father look at your weaknesses? He increased your courage. You were mine. You are mine, and you will always belong to me. So follow the Father. When you look at someone and see that one as a special soul, when you form relationships and connections with such souls by keeping the Father in front of you, your soul conscious love will automatically emerge from within your souls. Because of your love, you will be loved by everyone. Then, with soul conscious love, you will automatically receive good wishes, cooperation, and pure feelings in the form of blessings from everyone. This is known as spiritual, accurate, elevated handling. Today, BapDada was smiling because controlling power and ruling power decrease in the children due to three words. The first of those three words is why, the second what, and the third want. Finish these three words and use one word. When there is why, just use one word va. When you say what, then also say va va. You know how to use the word va. Do you not? Va Baba, va me, and va Brahma. So simply say va, and thus three words will finish. The other day, Baba also told you about the game he saw. There is a picture that you people made earlier in which a yogi is shown having yoga. He is trying to stabilize his intellect. He is trying to keep a balance, and the balance is shown in the form of scales. The more he tries to balance his intellect, the more a monkey comes and sits on them. When the monkey of these three things comes, what happens to the balance? There would be fluctuation. There would not be a balance. So these three words finish the balance and begin to make the intellect dance, means go up and down. Can a monkey sit comfortably? If nothing else, it keeps waving its tail. Here too, because there isn't a balance, souls remain deprived of the blessings they can claim from Baba at every step, and from the blessings they can receive from the Brahmin family as a result of spiritual love. Just as it is necessary to keep a relationship with the Father, in the same way, it is extremely necessary to keep a relationship with the godly family. Throughout the cycle, you are to have the relationship and connection with Brahma Baba, the number one soul, and the godly family. Do not think the Father is mine and I am the Father's anyway. That is not a sign of passing with honors. You souls are not sannyasi souls. You are not rishi and muni souls. You are not souls who step away from the world. You are the souls who become supports for the world. You are not those who step away from the world. You are world benefactors. Leave aside the question of Brahmin souls. You are the supports that transform matter too. You cannot break away from the thread of eternal love of the family. A victorious jewel cannot break away from the thread of love of the rosary. Therefore, never have such a thought as I can step away from a particular aspect of a place, from a particular type of service or a companion, and then make my stage good and show everyone. You say, I am not able to get on with this one. I will get on with that one. There isn't progress at this place. There will be progress at another place. There are obstacles in this service. Other service would be better. All of these are thoughts that make you step away. Once you instill this habit in yourselves, neither will it let you be stable anywhere, nor will it allow your intellect to stabilize itself, because the intellect has the habit of constantly changing. Therefore, this too is considered to be a weakness. It would not be considered to be progress. You must constantly have pure hopes in yourself. Just as Baba has pure hopes in every child, no matter what anyone is like, Baba has never lost hope. Even for those who would be in the last number, he has always had hope. So you too must never lose hope in yourselves, in others, or in service. Don't lose hope. Be generous hearted, not disheartened. Generous means constantly having a big heart. Do not adopt any weak sanskars. Maya tries in many different ways to weaken you. However, you are also knowledgeful about Maya. Or do you only have incomplete knowledge? Also remember that Maya only comes in new forms. She does not come in the same old form because she knows that you will recognize her. It is the same thing, but she adopts a new form. Do you understand? Acha. Are you teachers knowledgeful about Maya? Not just to have knowledge, but to be knowledgeful. Don't think that you have recognized the Father. You also have to recognize Maya. Are you all tied in bondage, or do you find it difficult? Do you find it a sweet bond, or do you find it a little difficult? Do you think that you will have to die a lot? Do you think you belong to the Father now, but this has to be done, that has to be done? For how long will this continue? Do you think, if I had known all of this, I would not have come? Where there is love, nothing is difficult. Moths sacrifice themselves to a flame. So can you elevated souls experience anything to be difficult when you have God's love? If a moth can sacrifice itself, what can you not do? When you experience difficulty, there is definitely a difference in your percentage of love. This is why it sometimes seems difficult. If it were difficult, you would experience it to be difficult all the time. Would you not? Why is it difficult only sometimes? It is because there is something between you and God that you find it difficult, and that is why there is a difference in the percentage. When what is in between goes away, it becomes easy. BapDada always says that teachers means those who have courage and who become instruments for giving courage to others. Otherwise, why would you have become teachers? To be teachers means to be instruments for students. You are instruments to give courage to weak ones and inspire them to move forward. The first sign of a successful teacher is that she will never lose courage. Those who remain courageous themselves can make others courageous too. If there is a lack of courage in yourselves, you will not be able to give courage to others. Acha. To the children in all directions who experience courage and right to the Father's help, to those who use the powers of self-sovereignty according to the time, to those who have unbreakable love for the Father and all souls, to those who sing songs of Vah Vah in every action, relationship and connection, to the children who are such almighty authority children, BapDada's love, remembrance and Namaste. The spiritual children says Namaste and good morning to the spiritual Father. Blessing. May you make service plans with a plain intellect as a real server. Explanation. A real server is one who does self-service and serves everyone at the same time. Let self-service be merged in your serving everyone. Let it not be that you go to serve others and become careless in serving your own self. While doing service, let there be service and yoga at the same time. For this, have a plain intellect as you make service plans. A plain intellect means that nothing should touch your intellect. Just have the consciousness of being an instrument and of being humble. Do not desire to have any limited name or limited respect, but be humble. This is the seed of good wishes and pure feelings. Slogan. Along with donating knowledge, also donate virtues and you will continue to receive success. Om Shanti